Pleiadian message from Kilin. Overcome ascension blocks and reclaim your divine power. Greetings, beloved brothers and sisters of Earth. I am Ashtar Sheran. Dearest ones, we reach out to you with the deepest gratitude. I am Kilin, speaking alongside Ashtar. We begin this transmission acknowledging the honest inquiries we've heard echoing throughout your community. You ask why you feel stuck, why you feel blocked on your path. There is no shame in these questions, dear ones. They arise from the depths of your yearning to grow and ascend. Know that we witness your struggles and frustrations with compassion. Many of you have journeyed far and worked tirelessly, yet still feel an invisible barrier before you. Understand that such feelings are not failures, but signposts guiding you to examine what might be holding you back. In this loving reflection, we've gathered the wisdom gleaned from your own collective experience, the very obstacles and detours you have observed in yourselves. Consider this message a gently held mirror, revealing the subtle ways your ascension might be subtly hijacked. We offer these insights not as criticisms, but as illuminations, so you may walk freely among these shadows, even as new and powerful energies flood your planet and accelerate awakening. Old patterns and doubts may still arise, bringing them into the light of consciousness. Reclaim your power. We invite you to journey with us through these common pitfalls, expressed by your own hearts. With openness and self-love, you can transcend each one. Remember, beloveds, even in moments of feeling stuck, the very act of asking these questions is a catalyst. Those stirrings indicate your soul is preparing to break through to a new clarity. Let us explore together and shed light on what might truly be hijacking your ascension, so you may move forward with greater freedom and sovereignty. Beloveds, we observe a tender pattern amongst you, the habit of comparing your spiritual progress to that of others. You might look at a fellow traveler on this path and think, they seem so advanced, experiencing visions, communing with guides, even glimpsing your ships. And here I am, feeling left behind. In those moments, a quiet despair may settle in your heart. Know that this subtle discouragement acts like a veil, lowering your frequency. When you measure your growth against another's, you create an illusion of lack within yourselves. Each soul's awakening is as unique as a star in the heavens. No two shine in exactly the same way or on the same schedule. If you judge yourselves by another's light, you lose sight of the brilliance of your own. We gently remind you that your experiences are not meant to mirror anyone else's. The divine plan unfolds within you perfectly, in its own time. Trust, dear ones, that you are exactly where you need to be. The successes of others are not evidence of your failure, but rather inspiration of what is possible in diverse forms. Celebrate the advancements you witness in others, for you are truly a collective, and the upliftment of one can help elevate all. Whenever you find yourselves caught in the trap of comparison, pause and return to gratitude for your own journey. Look inward and acknowledge how far you've come, the obstacles you've overcome, and the quiet miracles that have already graced your life. By honoring your unique path and releasing the need to compare, you allow your frequency to rise unimpeded, free to blossom in your own beautiful way. In this age of infinite information, dear ones, we witness many of you searching for the next spiritual insight as if it were sustenance. The internet offers a vast buffet of channeled messages, cosmic updates, and enlightening videos. You scroll and consume voraciously, hoping the next transmission will finally quench your thirst for awakening. Yet, often, after devouring content for hours, you may find yourselves bloated with ideas, yet still hungry for true transformation. Understand that knowledge, no matter how profound, remains a mere concept until it is digested and lived through your being. If you don't pause to integrate what you learn, the wisdom remains in the mind without grounding in experience. We encourage you to choose quality over quantity. Let your intuition guide you to the teachings that truly resonate, and then take the time to embody them. Just as the body needs time to digest food, your soul needs space to assimilate spiritual nourishment. Take what ignites a spark within you and sit with that stirring. Breathe it into your heart and let it shape your daily actions and choices. If you constantly chase the next article or video without applying what you've received, you may end up in a loop of seeking without finding. Remember, dear ones, you carry ancient wisdom within you. External content can help you remember what you already know, but it is not a substitute for your own inner voice. Don't be afraid to step away from the noise for a while. In silence and the practice of real life, the truths you've gathered can blossom into living wisdom, and your ascension becomes an embodied reality, not just a mental idea. We observe another pattern that can silently hijack your ascension: the temptation to live in imagined futures instead of the present. Many of you eagerly await the next great cosmic event or prophesied timeline shift. Perhaps you circle dates on your calendar, believing everything will change when that moment arrives. While hope and positive anticipation have their place, be wary, dear ones, of constantly chasing prophecies. When your attention is perpetually fixed on a future salvation, you risk losing your grounding in the now. The present moment is where your power resides and where true change is cultivated. If you place all your expectations on a specific date or external event, you give away a part of the promised ascension, a concept often associated with dramatic cosmic events, sometimes leaves souls disheartened when anticipated dates pass without the expected spectacle. In truth, ascension is typically a gradual unfolding, a series of subtle internal shifts accumulating into profound transformation. While pivotal, cosmic moments offer crucial support, they are designed to enhance, not replace, your daily inner work. Beloved ones, don't let the allure of a future someday steal the richness of today. Your journey isn't on hold, awaiting the fulfillment of prophecy. It's vibrantly alive in this present moment. Ground yourselves in the real, the tangible. Observe the small wonders, the incremental growth occurring within and around you right now. By anchoring in the present, you become the masters of your own timeline. Ironically, it's through complete embrace of the now that you become most receptive to the blessings of future events, receiving them with clarity and grace. On your awakening journey, authenticity is your greatest ally. Yet, we observe a tendency for the spiritual path itself to become a stage upon which the ego seeks validation. In this age of social media and public sharing, some feel pressured to present a curated identity to the world. Picturesque altars, gleaming crystals, sun salutations. These become meticulously crafted posts, adorned with trending hashtags and spiritually infused catchphrases. Outwardly, it may appear radiant and impressive, but we ask, is this a genuine expression of your truth, or a performance designed to garner approval? There's no inherent wrong in publicly celebrating your light, but be wary of losing yourselves in the image of it. The danger arises when the appearance of spirituality overshadows the inner work. If you expend more energy trying to seem awakened than being present with your authentic inner self, your genuine growth is stifled. Ascension is an intimate, often messy process. It thrives on honesty, humility, and genuine self-reflection. Your soul doesn't require a spotlight or an audience. It simply asks for your sincere attention. Give yourselves permission to be real, to be vulnerable. You don't need to maintain a constant mask of positivity or perfection. True radiance emanates from embracing your whole being, light and shadow alike, and allowing that totality to shine forth unadorned. When you relinquish the need to perform, you create space for profound shifts. Within that space, the universe can meet you exactly where you are and lift you even higher. Remember, the authentic, quiet moments, often invisible to anyone else, are where your greatest expansion occurs. Even within communities of light, old habits of gossip and drama can creep in. You've gathered with fellow seekers to uplift and support one another. Yet, the human tendency to fall into judgment or idle chatter about others' shortcomings sometimes persists. We understand the temptation. It can feel like a bond to share grievances or speculate on someone's motives. However, we wish to illuminate how these seemingly small indulgences silently drain your energy. Gossip and drama carry a dense vibration. When you engage in speaking ill of another or fueling petty disputes, your frequency is dragged down. The light you've been diligently accumulating leaks away, diverted by the negativity of the exchange. This isn't meant as rebuke, but as an elevation of consciousness. Every word and thought has a ripple effect on the field of consciousness. As aspiring lightworkers and ascending souls, your words are most potent when wielded with integrity, compassion, and truth. If you find yourselves drawn into gossiping circles or online drama threads, pause and sense what it does to your body and spirit. You might notice tension, constriction, or a feeling of unease. That's your inner guidance signaling misalignment. Instead, gently redirect the conversation towards understanding and positivity, or lovingly disengage by refusing to feed the gossiping energies. You preserve your light and set a higher standard for the community around you. Unity and mutual respect strengthen Ascension energies. Division and judgment undermine them. Protect your energetic resources by keeping your communications clean, kind, and uplifting. As you awaken to your cosmic heritage, many discover resonances with specific star nations or soul group identities. It's natural to feel affinity with the Pleiadians, Arcturians, Sheran, or to identify as an empath, healer, or any number of spiritual archetypes. These labels can be helpful in understanding facets of yourselves and finding community. However, be cautious about clinging too tightly to any single label or category. Over-identification with "I am this" or "I am that" can unknowingly build a box around your growth. Remember, you are a vast, multifaceted being. Your true essence cannot be fully defined by a single origin or role. Rigid insistence on a label might cause you to resist experiences that don't perfectly fit that narrative, thus limiting your expansion. For example, someone who prides themselves on being solely Pleiadian might disregard guidance from other sources or dismiss the human aspects of their journey. In truth, you carry many lineages within you, and beyond that, you are source in human expression. Labels are like temporary clothes. They can be changed or discarded as you evolve. We, the Pleiadians, do not want you to worship this label or any other. We want you to realize your own divinity and fullness. Use these identifications lightly, as tools for connection and remembrance, not as walls. Allow yourselves the freedom to keep growing beyond any definition. In that freedom, your ascension can unfold unrestricted, guided by the living essence of your soul rather than any limiting belief. There's a pattern we've observed among many on the path of awakening, an unconscious attraction to constant crisis and urgency. This might manifest as anxiously tuning into every alarming prediction or gravitating toward sources that perpetually warn of impending chaos. We understand that a part of you sincerely wants to stay informed and prepared. However, beloved ones, consider whether a part of you has become addicted to the adrenaline rush of emergency mode. In a world that often feels unstable, drama can become strangely compelling, even addictive. You might find that when things calm down and become ordinary, you search for the next problem to worry about, the next cosmic drama to cling to. This perpetual state of hypervigilance is exhausting for your system. Living on adrenaline and the chemistry of fear can hijack the energy that would otherwise be available for your ascension and creativity. When your nervous system is constantly bracing for impact, it can't relax enough to receive the gentle frequencies of light. Acknowledge this pattern without judgment. Simply observe. Do you feel more alive when there's a crisis to solve or a prophecy to fear? If so, gently remind yourselves that true vitality and growth stem from peace, joy, and centeredness, not from endless fight or flight responses. You are safe to let go of the hypervigilance. The planetary transformation is indeed underway, but not every moment is a last-minute emergency. Trust that you will be guided to act when it truly matters. Meanwhile, allow yourselves to breathe and stay present. In that presence, your light can stabilize and shine steadily instead of flickering with each new panic. Amidst discussions of energy and enlightenment, a very human factor often lurks silently in the background: financial stress. Beloved ones, we acknowledge the weight that money worries can place upon your spirit. You live in a world where survival needs, body, food, shelter, security, must be met, and meeting those needs in your world can sometimes feel daunting. When you struggle to pay bills or worry about providing for yourselves or your family, it can be difficult to focus on meditation or higher vibrations. Know that this is not a personal failing but a very real energetic burden many carry. Fear and anxiety about survival ignite the energies of the lower chakras. Your roots tremble and your nervous system goes into defense mode. This constricted state can make it difficult to open to the expansive state of trust that ascension requires. We see many lightworkers feeling guilty or ashamed that they aren't progressing spiritually, when in reality much of their energy is consumed by economic concerns. Dearest ones, if this is your experience, have compassion for yourselves. Sometimes, the most spiritual action you can take at any given moment is to care for your physical needs and find stability. We in the higher realms are not distant from these concerns. We understand that a calm, supported human being provides the launchpad for soul growth. Don't hesitate to invite our assistance and the universe's support in creating abundance and ease. As you regain a sense of security, you will find your natural lightness of being returns, and your ascension path unfolds with less obstruction. On the spiritual path, many are taught to focus on love and light, to keep their thoughts positive and their vibrations high. While this emphasis on optimism can be uplifting, it can also create a shadow if taken to extremes. Beloved ones, we've noticed that some of you feel you must suppress any feelings of anger, frustration, or pain to be spiritual. You put on a smile and push aside difficult emotions, thinking that makes you more enlightened. In truth, denying these authentic feelings doesn't make them disappear. It simply drives them underground, where they can fester unseen. Anger is not bad or ungodly. It's a natural emotional response. It's a signal that something within or around you needs attention and care. When you avoid your anger in the name of spirituality, you're rejecting a part of your own shadow that is asking to be heard and understood. Over time, the pressure of unrecognized anger can build until it explodes in surprising and potentially damaging ways. We gently encourage you to allow all your emotions to have a voice. This doesn't mean lashing out in rage, but giving yourselves permission to feel anger consciously. Sit with it, breathe into it, perhaps express it through journaling, movement, or another outlet. By acknowledging and honoring your anger, it can begin to transform into understanding, boundary setting, or deeper healing. You can still hold the intention of love and light while being real with yourselves about your feelings. Indeed, true wholeness requires embracing all aspects of your being. By integrating your shadow, including anger, you become more balanced, authentic, and free on your ascension journey. Your mind is a beautiful tool, beloved ones, but it is meant to serve the heart, not override it. We see some of you turning your spiritual journey into a purely academic pursuit. You read all the books, analyze all the esoteric theories, and try to mentally map out the entire ascension process. While learning and understanding are valuable, an imbalance can occur when you live too much in the realm of thought. The path to enlightenment is not a puzzle to be solved by the intellect alone. If you approach it as only a mental exercise, it can become what we playfully call a mind full of concepts but lacking integration in the heart and body. Such an approach can leave you feeling disconnected from the peace and joy you seek, because all the activity stays in your head. Dearest ones, remember to turn your attention inward, to the center of your heart, to your breath, and to the wellspring of wisdom within. True spiritual growth arises not from intellectual understanding alone, but from direct experience, from feeling, being, and embodying the truths you uncover. It's one thing to read about unity, consciousness, or compassion. It's quite another to cultivate a loving heart towards yourself and others in the daily tapestry of life. Don't be afraid to admit that you don't have all the answers. Embrace the mystery of this journey. Let your mind be the student of your soul, not its master. When you relinquish the need to intellectually control the process, you create space for grace and insight to emerge naturally. A balanced path honors both understanding and being. In that sense of equilibrium, you open yourself to genuine wisdom, knowing it resonates throughout your entire being, not just your thoughts. Throughout your awakening, you will encounter teachers, mentors, and guides who inspire you. There's immense benefit in learning from those who have walked further down the path. However, beloved ones, be discerning lest admiration slips into unhealthy idolatry. We have observed some aspirants surrendering their power, deferring to a guru or spiritual figure, treating their every word as absolute truth while doubting their own inner knowing. Respecting a teacher's wisdom is one thing. Abandoning your sovereignty in the process is another. No true spiritual guide wishes to eclipse your own connection to Source. The role of a genuine teacher is to point you back to your heart, to empower you. Trust yourselves. If you find yourself saying, "This person has all the answers, I must follow them blindly," pause. Remember that every teacher you meet is also an evolving soul, capable of growth and, yes, even making mistakes. Don't place any human being on an unblemished pedestal, for that sets both of you up for disillusionment. Instead, practice filtering any guidance you receive through the loving wisdom of your own heart. Take what resonates and leave the rest. You can appreciate the light others bring without ceasing to be the authority of your own journey. Your inner compass, dear ones, is a precious gift. Use it. When you stop outsourcing your truth to others, you strengthen your self-trust and your direct connection to the divine. In this way, you honor the inner teacher as much as any external teacher, and your ascension continues in alignment with your highest integrity. In today's vibrant spiritual marketplace, a plethora of tools and trinkets are offered as ascension aids. Crystals of every hue, sacred geometry, jewelry, oracle card decks, workshops, online courses. The list is endless. It's a blessing to have so many resources, and indeed, some of these can greatly support your journey. However, beloved ones, be wary of the trap of spiritual consumerism. The new and shiny object or program can become a tempting distraction, giving the illusion of progress simply because you acquired something. We have seen seekers fill their homes with spiritual merchandise and their schedules with seminar after seminar, all in the hope of finding that missing piece that will catalyze enlightenment. While there's nothing inherently wrong with enjoying these gifts, know that true ascension cannot be bought. The most potent catalyst for your growth lies within you, in the simple moments of connection with your soul. A crystal may amplify energy, but it is your intention and openness that allows healing. A course may offer knowledge, but it is your dedication that transforms knowledge into transformation. Don't underestimate the value of simplicity. Sometimes, sitting quietly in nature or meditating solely with your breath can yield more insight than any external tool. Before clicking buy on the next spiritual product, pause and ask your heart, do I truly need this? Or am I seeking externally what I haven't been giving myself internally? Let your inner wisdom guide you. By all means, embrace the tools that call to you, but remember, they are accessories to your light, not the source of it. You are the magic you seek to ignite. As you progress on your spiritual path, it's common to desire solitude. Inner work often requires silence, introspective space, away from the noise of the world. Retreating into your own energy can be profoundly restorative and clarifying. However, beloved ones, be mindful of healthy solitude morphing into isolating habit. We have witnessed some of you withdraw so far from others that you create a one-person echo chamber. In prolonged isolation, there are no mirrors to reflect your blind spots, no external perspectives to challenge or inspire you. What begins as self-care can subtly shift into seclusion. Perhaps you tell yourselves that no one around you understands, or that being alone is safer for your energy. While it's true that not everyone will resonate with your journey, remember that souls often grow through interaction within relationships. Other people, whether fellow travelers on the path or even those still rooted in the old consciousness, can offer you opportunities to practice love, patience, and boundaries. If you find your isolation becoming a loop of stagnation, consider gently opening yourself again. You don't need to immerse yourselves in crowds or lower your vibration to connect with others. Simply allow a little more connection where it feels nourishing. This might mean engaging with a like-minded community, reaching out to a friend, or welcoming a teacher or healer into your process. Balance is key. Honor your need for solitude, but also honor your need for connection as human beings. When you achieve that balance, solitude becomes empowering rather than limiting, and companionship becomes enriching in a way that fuels your spiritual growth. The path of ascension, while exhilarating, can sometimes become a tiring journey. Within a supportive community, growth accelerates exponentially compared to solitary practice. Discernment, a crucial spiritual skill, guides us through truth and deception. However, beloved ones, we must address the shadow side of discernment. Cynicism. In certain communities, we observe individuals who become habitually critical, perpetually doubtful, and quick to dismiss new ideas or positive developments. While this posture might masquerade as realism or wisdom, consider the underlying energy. Constant negativity or ingrained disbelief creates a blockage in consciousness. Pride in debunking hopeful messages or dismissing others' experiences inadvertently halts personal growth. Cynicism often shields a wounded heart, a protective armor forged from past disappointments and disillusionment. The impulse to safeguard the heart is understandable, but this armor also blocks the light. Hope, wonder, and trust are not naivete. They are potent forces that maintain a high, receptive frequency. True discernment involves questioning and verifying while remaining open to magic and goodness. We encourage you. Let love, not fear, guide your discernment. Catch yourself when slipping into automatic doubt. Ask if skepticism stems from genuine intuition or fear. Cultivate a balanced perspective infused with wisdom. By softening cynicism and welcoming wonder, you'll find life reciprocates. The universe meets you at your expectation level. By expecting goodness, you invite higher realities to unfold. Your ascension journey regains its brilliance and hope, fueled by an open heart. Your physical body is the sacred vessel carrying your soul through this earthly experience, intimately connected to your spiritual progress. Yet, many dedicate time and energy to meditations, ceremonies, and cosmic explorations while neglecting basic bodily care. Remember, ascension isn't about escaping the body, but infusing it with more light. This requires preparation and nourishment. Fueling your body with unhealthy foods, sleep deprivation, and a sedentary indoor lifestyle anchors lower frequencies through stagnation. Neglecting your body can lead to fatigue, clouded awareness, and emotional imbalance, all creating obstacles. Understand that your cells listen to your consciousness. Every gentle stretch, nutritious meal, and moment of rest tells your body, "I love you. We are ascending together." Conversely, ignoring needs can manifest as pain, illness, or a sense of heaviness. Treat your body as a cherished companion on this journey. You might be surprised by the heightened mystical insight and vibrational energy you can maintain when your physical temple is in harmony. This doesn't mean forcing a perfect diet or regimen out of fear. It's about loving self-care. Anything that makes you feel vibrant and strong. A walk outdoors, a good night's sleep, hydration, life-giving foods. These simple acts ground the expanding light within. By honoring your bodily temple, you create a stable foundation for ascension, allowing spirit and form to unite in joy and vitality. The desire for deep, moving love is inherent in the human experience. Many awakening souls envision a twin flame, a destined partner for completeness. Such connections can be profoundly transformative. However, the pursuit of a romantic ideal can sometimes become a trap on the ascension path. Within spiritual circles, the concept of twin flames or soulmates can become an obsession. Some become so fixated on finding or reuniting with this supposed other half that they lose sight of their own journey. The resulting drama, intense highs and lows, repeated breakups and reunions, yearning and chasing, can consume immense emotional and spiritual energy. If a relationship is filled with constant turmoil in the name of spiritual connection, it might be time to step back and assess. A truly sacred partnership elevates and supports the growth of both individuals. It doesn't repeatedly plunge them into chaos. Don't let the ideal of a twin flame eclipse the love and growth already present within you and with your existing companions. Sometimes, the longing for a perfect reflection in another mirrors a yearning to know and love yourself fully. Turn that longing inward. Cultivate inner divine union. Harmonize your inner masculine and feminine, uniting soul and human. When you find wholeness within, any external relationship becomes a bonus, a dance of two complete beings, not a desperate search for completeness. In this wholeness, you'll attract healthier, more harmonious love if it's part of your path. Either way, you stand firm, empowered in the truth of your being. Going to bed with screens still brightly illuminating the room allows subtle consciousness to fragment and dim. You might notice this as mental restlessness, difficulty meditating, or a feeling of disconnection from your intuition. The overstimulation of technology can scatter your focus and drain your vital energy, making it harder to attune to the quiet whispers of higher guidance. We don't say this to instill fear of technology, but to encourage conscious balance. These tools have their place and can serve the light when used mindfully. The key is moderation and creating space for digital detoxification. Make it a practice to regularly disconnect. Power down your devices for a period each day, especially during dawn or dusk, when your body is naturally sensitive to light changes. Spend time in nature, where harmonious and restorative frequencies abound. Establish a relaxing nighttime routine that allows your mind to unwind before sleep. By reducing electronic noise, you'll discover your inner senses sharpening. You'll begin to perceive the subtle realms and the voice of your soul with greater clarity. In the stillness, you'll be able to claim the higher dimensional connections that support your ascension with more strength. The journey of healing is an integral part of awakening. Each layer of pain or trauma you release makes space for more light. However, beloved ones, we wish to draw your attention to a subtle trap: becoming caught in the loop of always healing, never healed. Some of you have dedicated yourselves to constant self-improvement, attending workshop after workshop, cleanse after cleanse, believing you must become perfected before you can truly step into your power. It's admirable to dedicate yourself to growth, but observe if this dedication has become a form of procrastination. If you constantly tell yourselves, "I'm not ready yet, I still have so much to fix," then you may be using healing as an excuse to delay fulfilling your purpose. After all, healing is a lifelong journey. There will always be more layers to lovingly peel away, but that doesn't mean you should postpone embracing life until some imagined finish line of perfect purity. You are not destined to be flawless. You are destined to be whole, encompassing both your light and your wounds. Often, taking action and stepping into your role as a lightbringer will be what brings healing. Service and purpose ignite strengths and wisdoms that endless introspection cannot. Don't wait on the sidelines. Trust that you are enough as you are, even as you continue to evolve. By saying yes to life, you accelerate your ascension more than any amount of inner work alone could. By daring to live as your awakened self now, imperfect yet radiant, you invite your remaining shadows to integrate into the lived experience. In making this courageous choice to embrace life, you discover your transformation unfolds more rapidly and joyfully. Having illuminated these various distractions and detours, we bring you now to the simple truth at the heart of your ascension journey. You, the divine essence, can never truly be hijacked. It remains ever present beneath all the noise and obstacles. Beloveds, the greatest challenge is not external or a trap, but the forgetting of who you truly are. All the comparisons, fears, and dramas we have explored are like clouds passing before the sun of your being. Yet the sun itself, your light, is untouched by them. At any moment, you can remember and reconnect with that inner light. Your sovereignty lies in this remembrance. When you regain your focus from whatever has distracted you and center once more on your heart, you realign with your true self. Each time you choose to release what depletes you and turn toward what nourishes you, you move further into your mastery. The power has always been yours. No forum, prediction, relationship, or habit is worth your precious energy if it pulls you away from the love, peace, and wisdom at your core. You can bless those experiences for what they taught you and let them go. What remains is your essence, bright, steadfast, and sovereign. As you dwell in this truth, you become unshakable. Distractions lose their power over you because you see them for what they are. Not obstacles, but reminders to return to yourselves. We wish to assure you that you have not wasted time nor fallen behind. Every step, even the sideways steps and stumbles, has been part of the learning. Now you are ready to move forward with greater clarity. Know that we, the Pleiadians, walk alongside you, always holding you with unconditional love. We witness your courage as you reclaim your birthright of freedom and celebrate your progress. Trust your own divine flame, and it will truly guide you. I will speak with you again soon. I am Kilin. If our message has touched you, Please subscribe and support us with a like to continue bringing light and love to more people. Thank you for being part of this community. A strong embrace from the Ashtar. Amen.